Hey, you guys. Jessica, welcome to Inside the iPic in Westwood. We're actually in the largest of the theaters they have here, 104 seats, and you see all these super premium seats. Speaking of super premium, you see behind me, of course, top-rated Vampire Diaries, the show already picked up for next year. And what's interesting about it is not only the fabulous surroundings here. We're going to learn a lot more about that and the sort of revitalization of Westwood. But also what Vampire Diaries star, and watch this, the lights are going to go on, it's all working out very well, in Somerhalder. Good morning. This is pretty comfortable, isn't it?
Good morning. It's so comfortable. Can you guys come back in a little while?
Do you like seeing yourself on the big screen like that?
I'm not used to it. I'm used to this much smaller screen.
All right, Vampire Diaries question. You and Elena are not together. She told you that you weren't good for each other. What is ultimately going to happen? Can their love persist?
You know, it might just be a better idea for her to go back to college and get away from this town and these guys. People keep saying, oh my gosh, I wanted to be with Damon, I wanted to be with Steph, and I'm thinking, do you guys see this show every week?
She should be with
We've
no one.
Killed her 5 times, killed everyone in her family, you know, caused her to burn down her house. Why would you ever want someone to be with someone who causes that much pain and anguish and distress in your life?
But you know, and you've appreciated this the whole time. The fans are so into it.
Yeah, they are. It's a pretty beautiful experience. I think, you know, this story resonated with people younger and not as young, the same, but it's pretty powerful. It's amazing just as a study of watching how entrenched we can become, how involved and how, you know, how important these storylines become in our lives. It's pretty interesting.
I tell you what, a nonfiction storyline of considerable importance. Showtime's doing this new series, The Years of Living Dangerously, and there are lots of folks involved, Harrison Ford among them. You have a segment with The Years of Living Dangerously.
Yes, luckily.
Talk to me about how they came to you or you came to them and what the segment's about.
I remember the phone call. I got this phone call that this was happening, and it was laid out to me. So Showtime's doing this amazing show. It's the guys from 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes meets Homeland, but it's true celebrity correspondents to tell these really incredible environmental stories. And they start rattling off, you know, Harrison Ford's doing one, Don Cheadle, Matt Damon, Thomas Friedman, Leslie Stahl, and you. And I went, I literally felt like a fangirl. I was so excited. And it's been the most incredible story to tell. And James Cameron even said it's the most important story of our lives.
We're going to look at a clip in just a second, and the story that you're essentially telling are this ongoing, and I'm surprised the word debate is included in this phrase, this debate over global warming, that there is a debate.
That's interesting, actually, that you say that, because it is become kind of a debate, but we don't use that word. It's, yeah, let's see it. I mean, it's really interesting, man.
Here's a clip, The Years of Living Dangerously. Take a look.
Why would you say evangelicals, particularly in this country, have been so skeptical about climate change?
Well, I think there's a general skepticism around science often. You know, most evangelicals or many evangelicals don't believe in evolution. For me, it's more of a personal, like, here is this community that raised me, and I want to believe that they can be on the right side of history on this one. You know, evangelicals have the most political power. They're huge, a huge political base.
Huge.
So let's go for the evangelicals, and once we can mobilize them, then it's this huge shift.
It'll blow your mind.
Oh, Ian was saying to me about how important it is to watch it, how it really blows one's mind. The thing that I think that you found surprising is that there were, I don't want to say deniers, but people who were like, no, this isn't happening.
No, I mean, you could call them deniers. Here's the thing. Ultimately, I think what has happened is that this climate debate's been going on, and because politics and religion are so inextricably linked, it ends up yielding, it's not even a debate, it's just like a non-issue. However, I think that what we're saying is that if you have a voice, if you are an evangelical preacher, or you're an actor, or you know, as they call themselves, stewards of God, isn't it ultimately your responsibility to give people the right information, science that exists? And what's unfortunate, and I will say this, is what's really unfortunate is that some environmental numbers have been, you know, skewed, which happens in everything.
Any kind of scientific.
But 99 out of 100 scientists say that climate change is real and it's happening and it's man-made. And it's the same thing that James Cameron said, which is kind of incredible. If you had to have a surgery, 99 doctors told you that you had to have a surgery, would you go to that 100th doctor for that the opinion? And I don't think you would.
That is a very fair point. Here is what we want to remind you. A couple things. The Years of Living Dangerously on Showtime. It's May the 4th at 10 p.m. Vampire Diaries, of course, Thursday night's season finale coming up at 8 o'clock right here on KTLA. Ian, nice to see you.
Thank you. Really good to see you.
Chris and Jessica, as we go back, we will just recline our seats
and
go back to you.
Oh, wow.